Hello again, friends, and here we are back down here in the woods with Dad's old truck. I've had a little progress on it. I've been able to get the tires and the rims off of it and get it jacked up, and it's just sitting on blocks. And I guess I shouldn't say because my son was helping me. We got it done yesterday. Took us just a little bit. But yeah, we got all four of them off. Got everything broke loose. Got it jacked up. Really wasn't that bad of a job at all. Surprisingly enough, it kind of went by pretty fast. So there you go. And we was thankful for that. We thought the tires or the rims, or the brakes rather, were going to be all locked up on it, because the last time that it was moved, that's what I was told. Because it used to sit lay over in there. Yep, somewhere right in there. And then they moved it down that center opening there and dragged it over here and pushed it back. And they said the tires, or the brakes rather, were all locked up. That's the reason the tires come shredding apart the way they did. And so I got the front ones up and started breaking them loose, and couldn't even break them loose. I had to set it back on the ground to break them loose. I was thinking the brakes were locked up, no big deal. But yeah, I had to set them down to break them loose, because every time I'd try to turn a lug wrench on it, it would just spin the tire over. So I was like, all right. Then the back ones, it was in park, so of course they didn't turn. When I put it in neutral, they spun just fine. So brakes are not locked, though. They're not seized up, thank goodness. So I don't have to beat the drums off or nothing. I don't have to break calipers or anything else. I can just get to work on it. Now, me and the boy did get down here yesterday and start messing with the dash just a little bit. Well, not just a little bit. We actually got it up. So we got the dash put back in it. It's that holy one, but it's the only one I've got. So it's just is what it is. Got the steering column remounted. I was going to start yesterday on some of the electrical, but that didn't happen. I run out of time. But the fuse block is still in it. It is missing some of the fuses that I noticed yesterday, but some of the wiring harnesses down there around where the key switch is at, or where the key switch should be, and the big pin connector that goes into your dash where your gauges and stuff are, it's missing. Which I think I've got one laying around for spare parts. That little black plug there goes to the windshield wiper switch, and the little white thing there is actually your door switch connector, but it's all pulled out for your dome light, which this one did have a dome light. They all should have. I've seen several of them that's been removed and filled in for some reason, but I don't know why. So we're going to get all that straightened out, though. It won't be today, but we will get it straightened out. I've still got I do have the original gauge cluster that come out of this truck. I've got it sitting up at the house, so the speedometer on it is still accurate for how many miles was on this truck. And believe it or not, it's just a little over 100,000. It's not a whole great amount at all, but we'll see what we can get into. We're going to try to get this bed cleaned out pretty soon. See what we can find in there. Maybe we'll get lucky and find some parts that I'm missing. Nothing real bad or anything, but let me show you. Seems like most of my old things that I've got, everybody takes air cleaners. So if I'm very fortunate, it'll be in the back. That'll be very nice. But I'm not going to hold my breath on that. Or maybe even the fan shroud, since somebody took the fan shroud. I'm going to guess that's why they took the fan off, because the fan's just sitting over here. But all the bolts for it are sitting right there, so at least we can get that back on. It just won't have a shroud with it. But I mean, you can see all the factory setup for the factory air cleaner is all still on it. So we'll see what we can do about that. I think I've got a friend that's got one, but you can see it's still got all the emissions junk on it that come with it brand new, all the way down to the smog pump on the bottom there. So that tells you this 302 has absolutely no power to it. But it is the original motor and transmission. 302's got a C4 automatic. But we're gonna get it all tinkered up and see about it. My brother asked me yesterday if we was gonna try to get it started. I told him, yeah, I think we would. So this is dipstick, does have oil in it. I did rock the motor back and forth a little bit with my hands. I'll have to get a wrench on it to turn it. The belts are pretty well dried up, but it does move a little bit back and forth, so I don't think it's locked up at all. I think it's just used to setting. So, but I think it wouldn't be much to get it freed up and to get it to where it'll run and at least yard drive. I think it'd make Dad happy to see this truck run again. He really enjoyed this truck, even with it not having any power to it. He just enjoyed it. Drove it back and forth to work for a couple years when he was working construction back in the early 80s. That was the reason he bought it, was to get back and forth to work. But it is what it is. Anyway, that's where we're at today, folks. I'm just out here enjoying this beautiful weather that the Lord gave us, trying to enjoy the blessings of life and just tinkering around with some old stuff. So, we'll have another update soon. Hopefully everything will go good. Hopefully your day is going well. Me and my son's been enjoying working with this the last day or two, and we'll continue to do something, and we'll eventually get back over on the 61 over there. Eventually. We got to get some paperwork finished up on it to make it completely ours. The guy that owns it agreed to sell it to us, but we're still working out some of the finer details on it, so I'm not messing with it too much at the moment. I've cleaned up around it to make sure it wasn't locked up, and that's about as far as I'm going to go. Until then, we'll get just playing with this, just to have something to tinker with until spring really comes on us, and then we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well, and y'all try to have you a great day, and we will most definitely be seeing you again soon. Y'all have a great day. Goodbye.